Determination of taxable income of individual income taxpayers. The taxable income of individual taxpayers is computed using the classification and globalization rule. Sa classification rule, ika-classify muna natin yung gross income into compensation income and business or professional income. Now, kailangan nyong malaman kung anong ibig sabihin ng compensation income at business income. Compensation income arises from an employer-employee relationship, while business income arises from selling of goods or rendering of services for a profit. In other words, ang compensation income ay income from employment. If you are an employee, the income that you are earning from that business or company is called as compensation income. Sa business income naman, it's either you are selling goods or you are rendering services for a profit. It is required that you have a business and that the income that you derive from that business is called as business income. Meron pa tayong ibang klase ng income at ang tawag doon ay other income. The question is, what is the treatment of other income or how do we treat other income? Ang other income ay income na hindi compensation income at hindi business income. So this is basically an income that is neither compensation income nor business income. The treatment of other income is as follows. Income that is neither compensation income nor business income, like passive income, is simply classified as other taxable income and is added to the gross income from business and profession. So if we have other income, ika-classify natin siya or ilalagay natin siya sa other taxable income at i-add natin siya sa gross income from business and profession. That is our treatment for the other income. Other income, which is neither compensation nor business or professional income, is simply added to total gross income from business or profession as non-operating income. If the taxpayer has no business or professional income, the same shall be added to taxable compensation income as other income. Sa allowable deductions naman, business expenses are deducted against gross income from business or profession. No deduction is allowed against compensation income since personal expenses of individuals for cost of living are deemed to be included in the 250,000 pesos blanket exemption in the income tax table. To compute the taxable income of pure compensation income earner, use the following. Gross compensation income less non-taxable compensation that is equal to taxable compensation income. The non-taxable compensation includes legally mandated salary deductions and items of compensation income that are exempted by law, contracts, or treaty from income taxation. This non-taxable compensation should be deducted kasi hindi to pinapatawan ng tax. Ang mga examples ng non-taxable compensation ay yung mandatory contributions ng employee sa GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig at Union dues. Yun ang very good example ng non-taxable compensation. To compute the taxable income of pure business or professional income earner, use the following. Gross income from business or profession, add non-operating income that is equal to total gross income, less allowable deductions that is equal to taxable net income. For mixed income earner, meron tayong tinatawag na globalization rule. Under the globalization rule, the income of mixed income earner from both sources is simply globalized or totaled. That means i-add natin yung taxable compensation income at taxable net income. A negative net income or net loss when deductions exceed gross income from business or profession shall not be offset against taxable compensation income because deductions are expenses of business or profession and are properly deductible only against gross income thereto, whereas no expense is deductible against taxable compensation income. That means kung merong net loss, paano ba nagkakaroon ng net loss? Pag mas malaki yung deductions kaysa sa gross income from business or profession. Nagkakaroon tayo ng net loss. Ngayon, kung merong net loss, hindi dapat ino-offset or hindi dapat i-deduct sa taxable compensation income. That is the rule. Pero, kung wala namang net loss at net income ang meron, then add the taxable net income and the taxable compensation income to arrive at the taxable income. But take note of that, pag merong net loss, hindi dapat siya dinideduct or ino-offset sa taxable compensation income. Let's have an example. In this example, we have 4 cases. Case 1 is for a compensation earner with other income. Case 2 is for a business income earner with other income. Case 3 is for a mixed income earner with other income. And case 4 is for a mixed income earner with net loss on business or profession. In case 1, the compensation income is 300,000 pesos. The non-taxable compensation is 30,000 pesos. And the other income is 20,000 pesos. For case 2, the gross business income is 400,000 pesos. Deductions, 250,000 pesos. And other income, 20,000 pesos. In case 3, the compensation income is 300,000 pesos. Non-taxable compensation, 30,000 pesos. Gross business income, 400,000 pesos. Deductions, 250,000 pesos. And other income, 20,000 pesos. In case 4, the compensation income is 300,000 pesos. Non-taxable compensation, 30,000 pesos. Gross business income, 200,000 pesos. Deductions, 250,000 pesos. And other income, 20,000 pesos. Unahin natin yung case 1, a compensation earner with other income. The gross compensation income is equal to 300,000 pesos. Merong non-taxable compensation na 30,000 pesos. Since non-taxable compensation yan, kailangan natin yang i-deduct sa gross compensation income to arrive at the taxable compensation income. Gross compensation income, 300,000 pesos, less non-taxable compensation, 30,000 pesos. 300,000 pesos minus 30,000 pesos, that is equal to 270,000 pesos. And that 270,000 pesos is the taxable compensation income. Take note na meron pa siyang other income aside from compensation income. So, kailangan pa rin natin yang i-add as other gross income. So that means taxable compensation income na 270,000 pesos, i-add natin yung other gross income na 20,000 pesos, that is equal to the taxable income of 290,000 pesos. Now, i-compute naman natin yung taxable net income sa case 2. Yung case 2 natin ay business income earner with other income. Ang gross business income ay 400,000 pesos, deductions 250,000 pesos, at other income ay 20,000 pesos. So to compute the taxable net income, ang gross business income, 400,000 pesos. I-add natin yung other gross income. Take note of this. Huwag nyo munang ililess yung allowable deductions, but rather add first other gross income or the non-operating income, which is equal to 20,000 pesos. Gross business income plus other gross income, that is equal to total gross income. 400,000 pesos plus 20,000 pesos, that is equal to 420,000 pesos. After getting the total gross income, i-deduct natin yung allowable deductions. Ang allowable deductions ay 250,000 pesos. I-deduct natin yan, 420,000 pesos minus 250,000 pesos, that is equal to a taxable net income of 170,000 pesos. I-compute na natin yung taxable income sa case 3, a mixed income earner with other income. Mixed income earner kasi aside from compensation income, meron pa siyang business income. Ang compensation income ay 300,000 pesos, non-taxable compensation ay 30,000 pesos, gross business income ay 400,000 pesos, deductions 250,000 pesos, at other income na 20,000 pesos. Remember yung globalization rule for mixed income earner, i-add natin yung taxable compensation income at taxable net income para makuha natin yung taxable income ng mixed income earner. I-compute muna natin yung taxable compensation income. Para ma-compute yan, we have gross compensation income na 300,000 pesos. I-deduct natin yung non-taxable compensation na 30,000 pesos. The result is taxable compensation income, which is equal to 270,000 pesos. 300,000 minus 30,000, that is equal to 270,000 pesos. After computing the taxable compensation income, i-compute naman natin yung taxable net income. To compute the taxable net income, we have gross business income na 400,000 pesos. I-add natin yung other gross income na 20,000 pesos. Take note, kailangan mauna yung other gross income kaysa sa deductions. Gross business income plus other gross income that is equal to total gross income. 400,000 pesos plus 20,000 pesos that is equal to 420,000 pesos. After that, i-deduct natin yung deductions. 420,000 less deductions of 250,000 pesos. 420,000 pesos less 250,000 pesos, that is equal to 170,000 pesos. And that 170,000 pesos is our taxable net income. Since na-compute na natin both yung taxable compensation income and taxable net income, i-add na natin yan to compute the taxable income. 270,000 pesos plus 170,000 pesos, that is equal to 440,000 pesos. That is our taxable income. I-compute na natin yung taxable income sa case 4. Mixed income earner with net loss on business or profession. Mixed income earner kasi aside from compensation income, meron siyang business income. In this case, meron tayong net loss kasi mas mataas yung deductions kaysa sa gross income. At kung meron tayong net loss, ang treatment is that hindi dapat siya ibawas or i-deduct sa taxable compensation income to arrive at the taxable income. In order to compute the taxable income, kailangan muna nating i-compute yung taxable compensation income. Gross compensation income, 300,000 pesos, less non-taxable compensation, 30,000 pesos. That is equal to taxable compensation income na 270,000 pesos. Na-compute na natin yung taxable compensation income. I-compute naman natin yung net loss. Gross business income, 200,000 pesos. Add the other gross income, 20,000 pesos. That is equal to total gross income na 220,000 pesos. After that, i-deduct natin yung deductions na 250,000 pesos. As you can see, mas mataas yung deductions kaysa sa total gross income. Therefore, merong net loss sa case 4. The net loss is equal to 30,000 pesos. Now, this 30,000 pesos should not be offset from 270,000 pesos. Therefore, the taxable income is still 270,000 pesos. As you can see, hindi dineduct yung 30,000 pesos sa 270,000 pesos. Take note, a net loss may be carried over as deduction against net income of the succeeding 3 years. This is referred to as net operating loss carryover or NOLCO.